This is the day the Lord has made. Let us be glad and rejoice in it. So, I have something I want to do today that's going to be fun. We're going to work out with Beverly. Beverly's exercise. And she is awesome. I did her yesterday morning. She's in her 70s and she kills me. So, I have some work to do. And thought you might want to join me and her. And I really want to promote her because she's just the most awesome, beautiful person. She's my idol, really. She really, really is. So we always do read from our, let's just do our little book here. Okay. Let's just do our little book here for October the 20, what is today? The 26, right? 6 or 7th? Ooh, I don't know. I'm confusing myself here. 26 only. Getting ahead of myself. It's the 26th. So, what perishes and what remains. This is from Heal. This is the day the Lord has made. Alright, so before the fall, humanity lived in intimate relation with God. There was no need to seek God. God was self-evident. But having lost God due to sin, a gigantic search begins, an often tragic, chaotic, panicky search. Many times we push one another away. No one learns anything from anybody else. We don't even learn from our own experience. In spite of constantly missing the mark, we continue endlessly in the same fashion. We continue to try to squeeze a little satisfaction out of what time and again has shown itself to be empty and hollow. We are truly odd creatures. We don't know our own potential. We think that small and petty things will be able to satisfy our longing. Money, status, odds and ends. If only we had enough sense to use our memory to remember how certain things which we connect with joy only leave us disappointed. If only we could remember our disappointment when things manifest their emptiness. Then we would soon understand that only the infinite will satisfy us, and we would turn to Him who alone never lets us down. Okay. A nice positive message this morning. Okay. No. But no, it's supposed to be positive. Here is who Him is. If only we would turn to Him. My mother brought all her children this Bible right here. That's why it looks a little old. But what's fascinating about this Bible, and I thought about showing you this morning, is what the very first page after the Vatican picture of the Pope. So it's the very, very, very first page. And what I love about it is, so I feel that Christianity is kind of rough to do, it's kind of hard to do, but, it requires quite a bit, but only for our good. And then I asked myself, so there's so many Christians out there, different kinds. What I love about this Bible, it shows all the way from St. Peter, back in when Christianity started till 67, all the way up to the Pope that was in 1963. That's how old this Bible is. But anyway, and then we know we had popes since then. So the church has had like St. Peter, the very first one, it says St. Peter. I don't know if you can see that, but it says St. Peter. And it goes all the way, it shows all the popes since Christianity started. And so, my mother raised me Catholic. I am so grateful for that because I feel like, that's the church that Christ started, the Catholic Church. And it has had a pope ever since. Okay, so I know Christ loves all Christians. It's not that He doesn't love all Christians, but if we want to get the truth, you know, it's in the church. It is in the church. He can guide you through this church. So, okay, enough about that. Also, I wanted to read, I got The Greatest Blessing from Eva Emerson. Emerson. I'm sorry. Gave the book to my daughter because Emerson, I think, Eva. But she wrote a book called The Ornament Keeper, and it's a brand new book about Christmas and about this. You know, it's all about. It's called a novella, and I felt like that book was written for me. It was the most wonderful book. Enjoyed it so much, and if you can get your hands a copy of that. It's called The Ornament Keeper by Eva. It's either, I'm sorry, Everson or Emerson. Everson? I apologize for not knowing that, Eva. But there's a little saying in there that really touched my heart. And it was when she was talking to her father, getting out of the car with groceries or something. And she had already had a baby, and that baby wasn't expected. But then she was having her second baby, and she was like, oh my goodness, she just felt like her dreams were fading away, you know, because she was going to not get to do some of the things that she may have dreamed of doing or whatever. I don't know. It was just like, it was amazing how it just seemed to kind of coincide with the way I am, you know. But anyway, her daddy's Ted, her daddy. And, every girl, little girl is a daddy's girl, right? So, but she said, the dad said, he said, you must make your own happy, little girl. You got to find your happiness, my girl, because it's right here. All you have to do is let go and enjoy it. Oh, man. I kind of went nuts after that one. I went nuts through this whole book. This book just, I don't know my soul. I loved this book. So if you can get a copy of it, it's called The Ornament Keeper, and her first name is Eva, and then like I said, it's Emerson or Everson. I should have looked that up. I'll try to write it down at the bottom of this video, though. I will definitely look it up for that. So let's get started with Beverly, okay? Because I'm running out of time. I got to wake my grandson up here shortly. So here we go. So please follow along. It's very much worth it. Did I do everything I wanted to do? I know we didn't do the good news, but, yeah, we'll just have to, let's just not do the good news today. Just remember the succession of popes, and let that sink in. If you weren't raised Catholic, let that sink in. No, not to tell anybody what to do. I'm not here to tell you what to do. You know, I'm not. I want you happy. I want myself happy, and I love to share the good news and all that about Christ, because see, I was blessed enough to have a mama share it with me. And so it's always been a blessing in my life, my faith, and I want it to bless you. And I'm cheating. I'm drinking coffee before I exercise, but I had to get going. So here we go. Ready? All right, Snickers. She talks about dogs, and I guess I got one of those myself. Actually, 3. I got 3 of them. Here we go.
That's designed to totally stretch you out.
And they're all like, doggies that needed a home. This is Beverly. I just love her. I'm going to turn it up way high. Oh, no, I can't see her.
Let's start and just kind of warm our bodies up and get ready.
I'll try to get her in the video.
Exercises. So we're going to start by bringing that right hand.
Can you see her? Well, you're going to be watching me anyway, and I'm going to be watching her, okay?
Waist stretch, and then right over there on the opposite side.
Here we go.
Before the program comes on, if you would just take a few minutes and do your favorite warm-up exercises, this will help you to be more in tune to exercise. So let's bend down right in front of our feet and just do a nice little palm and knuckles. Oh, we love the benefits of exercise. I'm telling you, what it does for one's body.
And
Now
it's
come
here.
on up and lift those shoulders.
right.
I'm telling you,
A
you
little
know
better.
God was the author of
Uh-oh.
exercise because it just wakes you
Where am
up.
I?
It makes
There
you
I am.
feel better. It gives you energy. You don't want to complain.
I don't know what's the
all
matter with the
day
lighting today.
when you're a physically fit person because you're busy and you
Here we
have
go.
things to do. And that makes you want to shout glory. Now do those little steps right in
Where's my
place
camera?
as we get started. With the right hand out, let's reach overhead like we were putting something in that palm. Then come up straight and then
Sorry.
right over. Now you have to ground yourself. Get yourself nice and grounded there so that you can do these stretches and not topple over. This is program ED96. Remember that program number. You need to always
She's like on a
remember the
public
number.
station.
That's important. Now let's take a look at viewer photographs that have come in. It's fun to
She likes to
look
show
at
pictures
viewers
of
and,
her
I
viewers.
see what my viewers look like. Oh, there's a precious gentleman out there
Keep
in
going.
Greenville, South Carolina viewing area. I think it's Chesney is where he lives.
I
With
don't
some,
know why you're so
children there. I don't
fuzzy
know if
this
it's grandchildren or from the church. And there
Anyway.
he is on his front porch with his
keep going
weight
side to side.
equipment right beside him. You see those weights? He exercises with me every day, and he also is invested in some weights. And that gentleman is so smart. Now that little dog is my sugar baby, taking her little swim
I
in
don't
a
know what's the
friend's
matter with the
pool.
lighting this
I mean,
morning.
she was having a great day on that float, and she loved it. It was a hot day, and Sugar Baby went for her swim. Don't you love it? Oh, you're doing great with your exercise, and I'm proud of you too. Our exercise time is
Yep.
special get-together time for us to get together because we
got
are
one blind
friends.
anyway.
Absolutely. People tell me that all the time. So, Beverly, you're one of my best friends. I love it when I hear things like that. That means so much. Now, I'm going to use my weights. If you
I'd
have
like you
weights,
to see
use
her.
them, but if you don't, you can use
little
other
closer.
things, for weights that you
She's
might
so
have
sweet.
there.
There
But let's
she
work
is.
out arms a bit, and we'll start today and work the
So
shoulders.
work your shoulders
Now,
like
keep your
this.
tummy pulled in and tuck
Here we
under
go.
right
Ready?
through the feet,
Tummy's pulled
your
in.
Shoulders back and your head up and just good
Get you
thoughts
some,
about you
cans or
because you're
fruit
an
or something, or
extremely
food.
important person. And I'm telling you, your fitness program starts right in your mind. If you want to be physically fit, you better guard that mind and you better watch that mouth and don't let that mouth say anything negative. Don't say, why I used to exercise, why I lost all that weight, but now I put it back on and I can't stay with the program.
Here, I want you to go like
friend,
this.
as Joyce Meyer says, those negative words come out of your mouth, they travel around your face, they fall into your ears, depress you, and depress everybody listening to you. So let's keep ourselves real upbeat. Remember that your fitness program starts in your mind, and we operate with I cans. I can do this, not I can't. Yes, I can. Today is a new day in the Lord, and I can do it. That is wonderful, and I am proud of you. You are doing great. Now let's come down and stretch out of our hips again today. We don't want to be sunken into our own hips and spend the rest of our lives sunken into our own hips. That would be dreadful. Point your toes, reach for the ceiling, stretch down. See if you can bring your forehead down close to your knees. Stretch back up, but don't force. As you exercise more, you'll get more flexible. Then back up there, then all the way down. Now reach in for the left wrist. We want to pull over to the right ankle and then back up. Nice and easy does it. Well, do you get stressed out?
Legs apart.
I'm telling you, if you suffer from just being stressed out, that drip, 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 stress coming in. What happens? Your body produces cortisol at that time. Cortisol is produced, and the levels can get real high. And when that happens, many times you are going to look for something to eat. Now let's reach for the opposite wrist and stretch over there. That's it. Yes. When you have constant stress in your life,
Here we go.
if the levels of that stress don't go down, or if the stress button gets stuck in the on position, lots of cortisol are produced, and you will start looking for comfort foods. What can I eat that'll make me feel better? And the problem is when you are under stress like that, now let's reach up this time, twist to the right, and come down. When you're under a lot of stress, what happens? You produce all that cortisol,
Down, right,
and your body sends out signals
up,
with special kinds of
turn,
foods that it
and
wants. You
down,
know what
right.
it wants when you're under a
Put
lot
your
of
toe
stress?
left, and
It
up,
wants
twist.
sugary foods, or it wants fattening foods, the ones real high in fat. And I'm telling you, if you suffer from a lot of stress like that, then you need to get all those foods out of your house, because if not, you are just inviting trouble. You see, food like that works on a part of the brain that controls your emotions, and you do actually feel better when, now let's turn to the left this time and stretch down there. When you bring in sweet foods or real fattening foods, it will help to lower the level of stress, but it's only momentarily because it will drop you. Now they tell us also that you can get rid of that stress. You can make yourself feel better by exercising. If you turn to exercise instead of food, your stress levels will go down. The cortisol that's produced will go down, and before you know it, you're not all stressed out. Also, they tell us if you have family or friends that you enjoy spending time with, and you do that, that will also help to bring your stress levels down and get rid of that cortisol. Now, isn't that really interesting? I found that extremely interesting. It's amazing how our bodies work. Now, let's lift the left leg. We're going to lift it up with the toe pointing down, just like we were slicing cheese there, working the thighs. But they told us that there's another kind of stress. It's called acute stress. Now, what happens with acute stress? You might be crossing the street and a car looks like it's coming directly at you, and you get really frightened that maybe you are going to be hit. Well, when that happens, your body actually cuts off all desire for food. When you're having this acute stress, you don't want to eat. If you have a family member that's having an emergency, or if the house is on fire, the last thing in this world that you'd ever want to do would be eat. And I think that's true. Now let's do the upper leg. We want to lift up and back down, but that's chronic stress. Now, but the drip stress of your job, or somebody getting on your nerves, or just things that aggravate you, that's the kind that turns on the cortisol. And it makes you want to reach for that fattening food,
Don't
or
reach for
that
that fatty
salty
food.
food, or that sweet food. So you've got to find out what's going on with your system, and then see ways that you can lessen it. Like with that exercise, so much better than just, eating away, trying to eat your troubles away. Now, you're doing great. You really are. Now, let's stretch our legs out. Just point our toes, flex our feet, point, and then flex a little bit, just to get a little bit of stress off of our feet there as we work. Now, let's work on the abdominal section, and we're going to start again today down, and then just roll up. And now, I've told you before, if you can't do that yet, you start in the up position, and you come back this way, holding just for a few moments. But if you've been working with me for a while, you can just lift your body right up there, exhale on the hardest part, and that will work for you. That is great. Just rolling the back up, one vertebra at a time. That is great. Wonderful. Now let's place our toe right up there on the knee. Got my left foot up, putting the toe up on the knee, and I'm going to interlace my fingers behind my head, bring the opposite elbow over. Just stretch right over there and then back up, working the side. I got a great testimonial letter this time from a little lady that is 96 years old that exercises with me. She said, Beverly, I get up every morning at 6 o'clock and exercise with you. And she said, the great thing, I don't have to get in my car and drive to a gym or to the Y or anything to do it. All I have to do is get up and exercise with you. She said her balance was so much better, that she was stronger, and she was able to live by herself and take care of her household duties and all. So isn't that a testimony for exercise? I'm going to tell you, I was impressed. Now let's come up to the opposite side. Then I got another letter from an 86-year-old lady. And she also exercises with me at 6 o'clock in the morning. She said that she'd been working with me for, she believed, the whole 32 years I've been on television. And she said, you know, at my age today, at 86, I can do the exercises with you as well as I did when I started, when I was a young woman. I've kept my strength, my flexibility and everything, and I can keep up with you exercising. And I thought, glory to God, that is something, because some days I feel like I can't keep up with me when I'm watching the program. But isn't that a testimony? And when we hear older individuals tell us things like this, now let's do a back strengthener. Really stretch your back muscles and hold. But you know, it encourages us. It really does. It encourages us. I read another story about a group of people that were in their 70s. They weren't exercising, but they put them all on exercise programs. Now let's reach up this time. Cross their ankles and reach up. They put them on
You can put these behind your head if you got them.
exercises,
You don't got them, that's okay.
stretching exercises, weightlifting, walking programs, and they exercised every day for an hour. Now you're doing great. Just stretch it up there and then back down. Let's do a back strengthener. And they said then they measured all kinds of areas to see
Leg
what was
straight and
happening.
this one bent.
And then they interviewed the people to get them to tell them how they felt.
Supposed to help
And
your
they
back.
were saying that they were sleeping so much better, that they were waking up more refreshed, they had more energy, that their anxiety wasn't as great, that their depression was so much less, and that they actually looked forward to their exercise sessions and getting together and visiting every day. Now, isn't that exciting? So let's come up there, lifting tight, and then all the way back down. And they said that they improved their overall cardiovascular condition. That's your ability to take oxygen in and breathe in your lungs and all that. That improved by an average of 22% in 70-year-old individuals. Now we're going to reach for opposite elbow and knee, and then back down. That's it. So you be encouraged, whatever you can do, just do your program. I don't care what it is. Do it to God's glory. Purpose in your heart to glorify the Lord by taking care of your body. And you'll get benefit when you do that. I promise you. You're doing great. That's good. And then back down, all the way back. Now let's roll up one vertebra at a time. Lift and tighten. And then slowly, all the way back down. Pull your stomach right into your backbone. Then roll up there again. Just really lift and tighten. Grip those seat muscles. You're doing great. Then all the way back down. Pull the stomach right into the backbone. Now working inner thighs like your feet are bookends. Just pull your legs out and then kind of resist them as they come back in, just to work the inner thighs. That's great. And then for our sciatica exercise to stretch us out, we want to bring the left knee in, stretch up, reach way over there. Now very gently bring your foot up towards your hand. Nice and easy does it. Then back up, bend and down, and then knee in, stretch up, come over, and then very gently pull it over there. Nice and easy stretch. Then back up, bend it, and then all the way back down. Wonderful. Wonderful. Just nice and easy does it. With our knees right over us, let's do opposite knee into our elbow this time as we stretch out. That is great. You're getting an A+ today. You're a good hard worker. and then back in again. And then with knees close together, just like you had a rope tied around your knees. Let's come down and touch on one side, and then back up, and then right over there, touch down, and then back up. And then over there again, touch down, back up, and then over again, touch down, and back up. That is wonderful. Now, if you would come right over on your side with me, all the way down. Stretch your arm out, like let your arm be a pillow. We want to lift up and then back down. You have your hand in front for support.
Lift your leg up.
That's it. Oh, you're doing great.
Legs are straight.
You really are.
And
You're
point
being
your toes.
encouraged. I was reading about anger, and they said that anger is a symptom of a disease. Do you know what the disease is? Self. S-E-L-F. So if you're an angry person, remember that's a symptom of a disease. You're entirely too wrapped up in yourself. You're showing too much anger. I got caught in that little trap one day last week. I had said that, and then I got angry about something, and the Lord gave me that verse right back. Okay, Beverly, your disease is yourself, and I had to apologize. But you know, it's good for us to do that. I believe this pleases the Lord when we do that. And I think God likes us to laugh at ourselves too. I really believe that. I don't think He wants us to take ourselves so seriously. Absolutely not. You're doing great. I'm going to tell you, your legs are getting stronger, and you're going to be able to climb steps better and do things and go places and take all those trips that you've always wanted to be able to do, because you're going to have a strong body and you can go places and do things. That's it. Wonderful. Now this time we're going to come up on our elbow. We're still in a straight line. We have pointed toes and a smile on our face as we lift. Absolutely. We're doing all this to God's glory.
This is
We
hard.
certainly are. You're doing great. You really are. That is it. I am proud of you. Very proud of you. Well, do you have a pet? They tell us that pets are just wonderful, that they find when they do all these studies and they look at people that have pets versus people that do not have pets to see what the advantages are. And they said that so often pets really help the individuals. They find out that the pet owners actually do more exercise because they're, especially if it's a dog, they're out walking the dog. They find out they suffer not so much from depression and all because they get that, unconditional love from their pet. So that helps to keep the blues away. I know I talk to my little dog all the time, and I love to take Sugar Baby for a ride in the car with me. She has her own little seat, and I hook her up in there.
Sugar Baby.
I mean, she loves it. She thinks she's a little person. And, I treat her like that because she's my buddy. Okay, now we're pushing into our arm this time.
Now you're straight
up and back down. But remember that if you're very lonely and all, and if your health is good enough for you to have a pet, you've got to recognize that they are like a person and they take a lot of attention and expense and everything else. So you've got to make sure your health is good enough for you to look after a pet. But if it is, you might want to consider it, because I'm telling you, when I got my first little dog, it just added so much to my life and helped me, as I got older to just enjoy my life more. And that's wonderful when we can do that. Now, I can really feel this, and I'm sure you can. If you're doing these exercises with me, you can feel them, and your legs are getting strong.
Okay.
Now, remember for the first one, we go all the way down. All the way down. We have that arm stretched out underneath like it's a pillow. And we're going to lift that top leg, straight leg with a pointed toe. That's it. You are just doing great. I was listening to Joyce Meyer the other day, and she was talking about how she hated to exercise all those years, and she didn't exercise, and she got some really, really bad health problems, and she got so she couldn't stay on her feet, to do her engagements where she goes out and does those huge meetings that she does. But anyway, she started an exercise program working with the trainer. And she hated it at first, but it didn't take long before she got the addiction of exercise and she started getting the benefits. And she started one day recently giving us a whole list of things that happened. And she said if people would look at all the good things that happened and not just saying, oh, I got sore muscles, oh, I'm having to give up some time, oh, I hate to exercise, but instead would start concentrating on the positive. And she mentioned, you're going to be smaller. People are going to tell you how great you look. You're going to move with ease. You're going to feel like you're finally getting in control of yourself. You're going to be able to wear your daughter's jeans. That was one thing she just loved. And she just went on and on and on and on. She talked about her energy level, her vitality, how she could go shopping and try on clothes, and she loved everything she tried on. And I thought, boy, that's good, Joyce. That's good. That's what I've got to tell my viewers. Listen, start making all that list about all the good stuff that's happening and forget that bad programming. Get rid of it and dump it. Absolutely. Have a clean slate. Have a clean slate to God's glory, we can say. Now let's ease right up there this time on the elbow. Still with a smile, still happy. Glad today we're exercising. Happy that we can get together. Happy today that your station carries Beverly exercise. Oof. Have you thanked them lately? Oof. Oh, make a point to do that. You write your little station little letter. Send them a donation and thank them for Beverly exercise. They would be thrilled. Absolutely thrilled. Many times they have to change programs and all. And if they're hearing from viewers, they're not too likely to make very many changes. They say, well, we have a lot of people that watch Beverly exercise, and that helps.
Makes
When
you
they
want to
have
lose
telephone,
weight.
support them, help them.
Like
Oh,
her.
it means so much when you do that. I don't take a salary for Beverly exercise. I never have. I've always done it strictly as a ministry. And the stations that carry my program to help you because they care about you. You're the important person. They could be selling that airtime and getting a lot of money for it. But they said, no, our viewers need an exercise program and they like Beverly exercise. And that's what we are going to do. So if it's something you can do for your station,
You can keep
I'm
up
telling
with
you,
her.
that would be golden. You would be absolutely planting some seeds there into ministry. Now let's come all the way up. Still happy, I hope. Still joyful. Stretch through those little toes. That's it. Now this is the most challenging one of all. We want to lift up and then back down. But you can do it. You are strong. Do you eat greens every day? I was reading about people that have like a serving of spinach, or they said even lettuce. If you have like a serving and a half a day, that would help.
You're best, guys.
Down. Maybe you're getting a toe cramp like I am right now. When that happens, you just have to massage it a little bit and get going. But they said that when you include greens in your diet, like a serving and a half of greens a day, that you lower your risk of diabetes by a huge amount. So do remember that. I mean, anything that we can do to help our health. Now, still working on this seat, big one back there where we sit. Let's lift out to hip level and then lift from a lifted position. But anything that we can do to help our health is so important. Remember now, friend, when you have small, sustained weight loss, maybe you're not losing a whole bunch of weight, but you're losing 2 or 3 pounds. They tell us that is the best weight of all. That is really improving your blood readings. Usually the most significant health benefits of all comes from the first 10 pounds that you lose. Now think about that. You know, even if you need to lose 100, remember the greatest benefits come from those first 10 pounds that you lose. I mean, that's enough to make you want to shout glory. God is good and God is a scientist. And I'm telling you, He has order and we need to have order. Now let's have that right
Your other leg now.
heel up there, facing toward the ceiling. We are uplifting these bodies. We're going to have a complete body lift. Yes, we are. We're going to enjoy our life because we're investing in ourselves. We absolutely are. We want to enjoy every day that we live. Absolutely. I was reading an article that said not to fret not. And I like that. I don't want to do any fretting, do you? No. Let's try to keep a sunny disposition and enjoy our life. And, have other people desire what you have because you're a blessing. You want to let people know that you belong to the Lord and you have a testimony of His goodness in your life. And I'm telling you, you can do a lot. Now, up to the side, we want to stretch right up behind us, going from one leg right over to the other one. Absolutely. 1 John 4:18 tells us there is no fear in love, but perfect love casteth out fear.
So
Because
up,
fear has
out,
torment, and that fear
down.
is not made
Up,
perfect in love.
out,
So let's
in.
love the Lord, let's love other people, and let's love and respect ourselves. Absolutely. Because we are God's workmanship created in His image. And we need to live a life like that. Absolutely. Oh, friend, I'm telling you, it's so important to let your little light shine and to be a blessing and try to add value to others wherever you go. I pray in all you do. God bless you.
Thank you for watching Beverly Exercise. For a donation of $20,
All right, guys.
video
Did
of
you
this
enjoy that?
program, plus
I
an
sure
additional
did.
30-minute exercise program will be sent. When requesting a specific program,
Yeah, so she's on PBS, Beverly's Exercise. Try to find her. I know she's also on the internet too. You could Google that. All right, so I wore my shirt here because it's almost time to go vote. And let's vote for what's important. And what's important first and foremost is that we have respect for human life. And if you go see that movie about the Gosnell, Dr. Gosnell, you can see how abortion clinics can be very abusive when it comes to how late they'll do an abortion and stuff. And it's right under our own nose. So we don't want to just, shut our eyes to it. But let's think about the babies first and, vote pro-life, people that care about the babies and care about life. And let's just have a whole new change in this world about the respect for human life now, okay? So I just want that so much. It's been my life's dream and mission and hope that we can think about our children most and foremost and be grateful for them. And God provides. You don't have to worry. He will provide. I mean, He provided me for my whole life and with my children, and He'll do the same for you. All right? So be hopeful like Beverly says, and just have a blessed day. Mwah. Time to get up for school, my grandchild. So peace be with you guys. Bye.